Hi, and welcome to my mental monologue. My name is your host, Shelby Lee Kyles, and the co
Me name Chris Candle.
host. Anyway, we're talking about conspiracy theories today,
That's right.
and what we kind of think is a conspiracy. What is your thoughts on a conspiracy?
Uh, it being such an open topic, I'm having difficulty just picking one conspiracy to go off. But actually, now something does come to me in the moment here. A large conspiracy, and in my opinion, if this turns out to be true, this is possibly one of, if not the greatest violation of human rights in the history of any nation by any government on its people. Because if our or any other government on this world has relations with aliens to any extent or has proof of extraterrestrial items and other, the fact that they have not told us, the people of this planet, that we are not alone is the greatest violation of our human.
I believe there is a hidden thing on Earth, and it's in plain sight, and it's been there for over 3,000 years, and nobody even thinks about it.
What?
The Sphinx.
The Sphinx?
Sphinx. It has a secret in there.
Probably.
The whole thing itself is a secret. It's probably
It's
the true image
much
of God.
older than fucking the pyramids.
You know what I'm saying?
It's probably an alien.
I'm just saying. It could be an image.
I
of
agree
God.
with Stargate. I think all gods are just ancient aliens.
Oh, Egyptian aliens.
Well, no, not all of them are Egyptian.
No, well, there's that one planet. Well, I mean, the one place they went and they were worshiping like, was it Greek gods, and then they went to another place and there was some other kind of foreign gods.
Yeah, there were Greeks and Norwegians.
They had the Thor. I think they fought Thor or something.
No, they were friends with Thor.
There's been something like that going on. Anyway, conspiracies like Area 51. You know, they always talk about the spaceship that fell and, it was tinfoil or some crap.
Roswell incident
You
of
know?
1949, I believe. I could be wrong on the year, though.
Yes, you are. It's
What is-
47.
47? Oh, okay, that's not too off. At least I didn't say 56.
Well, you could have said
All right, what year
1812.
what year were Betty and Barney Hill abducted?
You talking about Betty and Barney Rubble?
No, Benny and whatever the Hill family. The
Bang, bang, bang.
No. The two people that were abducted by aliens in, I believe, 1950 something.
Tell me a
Betty
story.
and Barney Hill.
Don't know that one.
Oh, you've never heard of this? They were okay. So this is one of the most well documented abduction cases in the United States because both Betty and Barney, and pardon me if I'm getting their names wrong at the moment, but they both had.
Thinking of the Flintstones.
No, I'm not.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They both underwent separate. I guess I don't really sessions of hypnotism where they described being abducted in the 50s and their experience with the aliens and how it all went. And it's one of the most well documented and well researched abduction cases because it gained a lot of prominence in the media and everything else with that. It's become very well known amongst alien believers and UFO seekers and other such folks.
Well, they had this. I was really in back when, I think it might have been 91, 92, whoever. You guys can research it if you're listening, But whenever the hell X-Files came out, it was a big thing. Everyone was obsessed with it. I got really obsessed with it. I had a poster of Stoley and Mulder and shit, But I started reading alien abduction books, and there's a story about a guy in a truck, and he's driving with his girlfriend, and all of a sudden the truck cuts off and stuff, and like a beam of light hits the car, and like turns off the whole battery, it lights everything, and like it like takes them up the out of the truck and stuff, and supposedly they wake up and there was some kind of red aliens or something like that, and they were brought back and left outside the truck. It's just I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say aliens ain't real because I believe there is something out there. This is a big ass universe.
It's mathematically impossible that there's no other life.
There's a big ass universe, and then if you want to make it in biblical terms, you know what I'm saying? Well, the gods, we know God and made angels. There's gods could be angels. There could be people of other planets. Like I said that story before about how Jupiter is the planet where Zeus came from and stuff like that. So what I'm saying now
So
is
I don't know. It would be nigh impossible for life to really form on Jupiter. It's a gas giant. But
maybe
now
it is.
But I don't know.
Maybe now it is.
But think about that. Its moons.
Well, yeah, it has more moons around it to where
and
Jupiter
there
is
are
its
a couple
orbit.
of its moons that could support life.
Okay, I know this, but more than you do. So,
what's the moon's name?
So, the one you're talking about is Titus, as well as
Titan.
Is it Titan? It's Titan or Titus?
Well, it is the moon Titan.
Okay.
And then there's
63. There's 62 moons around Jupiter. Okay, and each moon, has its own different climate and temperature change and different rock structures and elements. Now, Titan has breathable air and water and everything similar to Earth. And the other one is the drama. No,
I think it's Enceladus.
Yeah, Enceladus.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Ain't my fault. Well, I used to study.
I busted you.
Shut up! I used to study the stars. I used to have telescopes. I was really dorky.
I'm an astrology nerd too.
My mom gave me all these telescopes. I was really dorky. Okay.
I'm a national
Anyway,
nerd.
so the point is, there's only 3 to maybe 4. One they think they could terraform if they could get to it. That NASA talks about, and so these planets could already inhabit life, but humans, on Earth, we're thinking we can go there and live there, but there might be something there already.
We're pretty good at getting rid of life.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's this story about a boy who said he was in his past life, he was a Martian.
That sounds like some bullshit.
Yeah, but it was a Russian kid.
I'm not questioning.
Well, his thing was that he believed that he was from Mars and that the Martians live inside the Earth and stuff, inside the Mars instead of on top of it. That's why, because they said you can't live on top of Mars. What's the name? The Martian was the name of that movie with
what's his nut based off the book?
You know what I'm talking about, where he goes up there and makes the potatoes off his shit?
Yeah, I read the book too.
The movie is pretty fucking good.
The movie is amazing. The book is really. I read the book I've never read a book faster than that. I think I read the thing in literally like a day, maybe a day and a half. I tore through it. I couldn't put it down.
I mean, the whole thing where he was trying to keep the oxygen,
Yeah, it's a great story.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But I think if Martians were to exist, like as sapient, as basically something analog to ourselves, because that's what we assume being humans, they would have in order to survive underground, they would have the technology to venture above ground at some point, and we would have seen them with the rover. They would have seen the rover and been like, "What the hell is this thing? Let's take it back downstairs with us." And all of a sudden, we would either lose transmission from our rover or get transmitted pictures from inside and be like, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!"
Well, you ever heard about
Though I guess if that were to happen, NASA and the U.S. government could easily conceal that.
Well, you ever heard about the theory? I forget the name of it. Anyway, supposedly like there's a whole atmosphere, like what would you call it? I forget the term for us right now. We're living on Earth, and we walk around. There's land and atmosphere. What the hell do we call that? Just regular surface. I don't know. So inside
carbon life form.
No, okay. What's okay?
Society.
Anyway, that movie with fucking
Biodome.
No, not Biodome.
That was a dumbass movie.
No, but some of the shit they're talking about. Anyway, so all I'm trying to say is this: that So what I'm talking about is simply The movie Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Which one?
Well, the one with not the one with the Rock wasn't even the fucking.
What
thing.
about the one with Brendan Fraser?
That's the one I'm talking about.
What about the original one?
You talking about no? That's Land of the Lost.
No.
The one where they Land of the Lost, where they're driving down the road and then they end up in a.
The
Journey
to the Center of the Earth that was filmed in like 1957.
No one would okay, but that's either way.
Have you seen that one?
No.
It's what you? Oh my God! You got to watch it. It's so
I watch
good.
old black and white like.
It's not like it's color, but it's really good, man. I remember watching it. I watched it when I was really young, and it's one of the movies that stuck with me throughout the years. I will. It's a good story. It's really good, man. It holds up to the new ones. I've seen the Brendan Fraser one. I don't think I've seen the Rock one, but it doesn't sound very good. I like the Brendan Fraser one though. I just like Brendan Fraser. Anything with Brendan Fraser.
Okay, my point, the theory is that whole thing is based off of a theory that Earth has a whole nother environment, a no other world inside of it. There's also one that goes way back that says there's a sun inside the Earth.
Okay, so on those two ideas of a microclimate existing within the Earth, I think that's highly unlikely. It's just it would be extremely hard for life as we know it on the surface to exist down there. Though the second one you said, in there being a sun at the center of the Earth, that is technically kind of correct, because the sun is merely a massive ball of fusing. It's a gigantic nuclear explosion that's happening constantly.
Right.
And the center of at least our planet's core, and what we assume to be most other planets' cores, are the densest materials that make up the planet colliding down, which usually happen to be highly radioactive. So the heat of those radioisotopes decaying causes it causes the molten center of the planet, which technically that's technically the same process as a sun.
So the minicore, the monocore, and then you got
there's the crust, the mantle, upper
the manocore. Okay.
No, we're using scientific terms here.
No, I'm saying it right then.
No, you're not saying it right.
Yes, I am. I just said the inner core, the manocore,
we're pulling up,
and the creamy center.
I'm getting Jamie up here right now to pull up the.
Okay, there's people in the Earth.
I can't believe that.
Look.
Crust, mantle, outer core, inner core, planetary core, the lithosphere, and the I can't pronounce that.
The lithosphere is where you find certain parts of like marble and shit. There's some tight shit down there. But what I'm saying is this, right? You're missing the fucking point. Okay, even the Bible says there are people on the earth in it.
I mean, I can believe that there are people, maybe...
They probably live down there and be like, fuck all them up there. That shit's crazy.
Exactly. I mean, maybe they live in underground complexes that they have figured out how to totally isolate from the outside world, but nobody lives in the planet's core. It is a massive ball of radioactive lava.
No, but look, how far down do you think you have to go to get to the core?
Extremely far. We can't even reach the inner core. We can't get through the mantle.
No, but when people start digging, and they dig way down some big ass shit to build a building, you know what I'm saying? How far down besides 100 feet do they go? I know when they got a nuclear power plant, they got waste that they want to get rid of. They go 100 feet underground to bury it. That way, in case of it, going off or exploding or whatever.
Okay, so the Kola Super Deep Borehole is the deepest man-made hole on Earth. It is 40,230 feet deep, and construction is so deep that locals swear you can hear the screams of hell tortured.
Yeah, see?
But that still doesn't even come close to penetrating the mantle. You have to understand how massive.
You just answered the whole thing. He said you can hear people screaming. So there are people down in the underground. See,
But the thing is, the problem with that is until we can scientifically prove it to a point of no doubt, it's not acceptable.
Science
isn't perfect. I understand.
It's flawed in a lot of ways. Okay,
it is. We're still figuring science out. My thing is
the genome code is the whole crap. Sometimes is just whack.
Well, like what we consider magic is we have to think of ourselves like we were back in the 1700s, or not even that, the 1500s. Technology we have now be magic to the people of then. So
well, yeah, you get burning,
but technology above us, described to the average person, would seem like that person was crazy.
No, but look, here we go. So at what point would it be crazy? Because think about it. If you travel back, if everything is true to what people believe, if you travel back to a certain time period when Egypt was there, unless the aliens were there,
60 years is all it takes.
Okay, that's it. I heard of it now. Now you're hitting the theory I heard of before. Okay, so I heard that if there's a time traveling thing where you at any point in time, in any possible dimension, any possible multiverse, enter this thing at the same time, and you can travel back in time, but you can't go past what you just said, 60 years. Because if you go past 60 years, then somehow time fluctuations happen, paradoxes. So,
well, no, I mean, I'm just saying it's probably like you would if you were to take any of the modern technology you have with you 60 years back, that would almost irrevocably damage the timeline.
Yep, there'd be no more Nintendo.
No, but if they had, so what was 60 years ago from now? What is that?
I don't know. I'm kind of tipsy now. I'm drinking.
I've got a calculator. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. No. Hold on.
Listen. So you're not listening about the time flux.
So okay, no, that's perfect. 1960
time paradox.
No, that's what I'm bringing up.
Fucking flux capacitors. Okay.
No, that's what I'm bringing
some real
up.
Shit.
Okay, so 60 years ago.
Wormhole.
60 years ago was 1960. We hadn't landed on the moon yet. If I were to go back to 1960 with a smartphone that is more capable, it is hundreds of thousand times more computing, just raw power, stronger than any computer on the planet. That is going to totally damage the timeline. It advances our computer technology 60 years too early, too quickly.
No, here's what would damage the timeline, but I bet you people would do it. Is if you went back in time and you stopped certain people that you know that died, right, that they talk about all the time, and you brought them back and had kids with them. You see what I'm saying? That would damage the timeline. So
well, I don't know if so. Correct me if I'm getting this wrong, but somebody who died in the past, you go back to the point, let's say just before they die, and take them out so that they don't die and bring them back to the future.
Here we go. Look, I got this book. Okay. It is The Universe in a Nutshell by Stephen Hawking. If you see, I have many bookmarks, do I not?
Yes, you do. Quite a few.
Which means I'm a fucking black nerd. So
he's the angriest nerd you've ever seen.
So, okay, there's this part where he talks about the wormhole and what I just told you about the time paradox. So, in it, he talks about, okay, there's a wormhole, right? You stick your hand, you don't even have to go through the damn wormhole.
It's like the Stargate.
You stick your gun through the damn wormhole, you shoot your grandfather, and then you
cease to exist.
Right, or something.
It's the grandfather paradox.
Right.
But then you cease to exist, so therefore you never could have existed to kill your grandfather.
So, okay, here's a worm. Wait a minute, man.
So then you would be born again, only to then kill your grandfather, who would then never have existed to birth you, who then you would have never birthed to kill, and it's just a feedback loop.
Either way, the shit's fucked up. Plain and simple. And there's time paradoxes and shit. But
time travel is dangerous.
This conspiracy thing is something that happens with everything. There's a conspiracy for something. And we're going to cover them. We're going to get to the bottom of all of them. But I want you guys to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave comments to tell us your opinions on our topics. And, peace be with you. Blessings upon you.
Auf Wiedersehen.